Hey there guys, welcome to Unveiling Wild. About 31% of the global land area is covered by forests, but these fascinating places are disappearing at an alarming rate of 30 million acres per year, which has prompted researchers and ecologists to make as many discoveries as possible, some of which are unexpectedly eerie and petrifying. From strange landscapes to unexplored cities and bizarre creatures, there's an entire world of mystery lurking beneath the lush green canopy. Here's a look at the creepiest jungle discoveries ever made. Number 8. Devil's Kettle Falls. Minnesota's Devil's Kettle Falls has been puzzling hikers and geologists for generations now. The unusual waterfall and rock formation are found in Judge C.R. Magny State Park on the Brule River, around 2.4 kilometers from its mouth. Being a giant pothole, the Devil's Kettle swallows half of the Brule, and for decades, no one had any idea where it goes. Visitors had reportedly dropped ping pong balls, sticks, and GPS trackers into the Devil's Kettle without seeing them resurface downstream. The strange waterfall splits into two due to the peculiar rock formation and falls roughly 10 feet before disappearing underground. Since the Devil's Kettle is inaccessible by road and was deemed too unsafe for researchers to explore, several theories emerged over the years. Some researchers speculated that the channel had a separate outlet into Lake Superior or was connected to another watershed entirely. In 2017, experiments were finally conducted by the Minnesota Department of Natural Resources (DNR) that suggested a possible explanation. According to their findings, the disappearing water from the falls simply flows back into the Brule River. However, no further investigation has taken place yet to confirm this indication. Number 7. The DOUBLETREE of CASORZO. Tourists flock to Piedmont to see Italy's famous DOUBLETREE of CASORZO, which is one of nature's rare anomalies. The site itself is located between Grana and CASORZO, where a bizarre-looking DOUBLETREE stands in all its glory. Although it isn't confirmed for one tree to grow on top of another, when it does happen, growth tends to be limited and both trees fail to survive. This is where Italy's DOUBLETREE of CASORZO stands out, defying science and proving that nature deformities exist in both fauna and flora. At the very first glance, you'd notice how different the two tree types are, with a cherry tree growing through the center of a much larger mulberry tree. It's thought that a long time ago, a cherry tree must have been dropped by a bird flying over the mulberry tree. However, there's no way to prove whether or not that's factual, since parasitic growths of trees caused by birds dropping seeds have never resulted in such a healthy DOUBLETREE ever before. Number 6. The Petrifying Well. On the banks of the River Nid, near the town of Knaresborough in North Yorkshire, is one of the oldest entrance-charging tourist attractions in England. It's a petrifying well with a mild resemblance to a skull, and it was once thought to have been cursed by a devil or a witch. This is because whatever object touches the dripping water turns to stone in amazingly little time. Scientists have found an unusually high mineral content in the water running through the cave, which explains the petrification of items. However, they haven't been able to explain why and how the process occurs so quickly, since stalactite formation or hardshell formation usually takes place over centuries. Number 5. Crooked Forest. The Crooked Forest in western Poland is home to eerie-looking trees that can easily be considered some of the strangest-looking vegetation you'll ever see. It's hard to know why these pine trees have a 90-degree bend at the base, which makes them look shockingly odd, but we do know that their presence dates back to 1930. That's when around 100 of these peculiar pines were planted in the village of Nozarnowo, which is located near the town of Gryfino. Currently, these curved tree trunks, with a sideways deviation of 3 to 9 feet, are surrounded by regular straight trees in surrounding forests. Although there's no concrete reason behind the existence of the crooked forest, some locals believe that the trees were manipulated by the human hand to create tailor-made shapes for construction purposes. Others suggest that the J-shaped deformity could have happened naturally following a wicked snowstorm or gravitational fluctuations. Even if any unique technique was used to grow bent trees or to give them this shape later on, it hasn't been discovered yet. So far, no theory regarding the crooked forest has been proven or disproven, leaving the mystery intact. Number 4. Ringing Rocks. The Ringing Rocks County Park is the major subject of Pennsylvania's natural acoustic mystery, where the woods reward you with a strange soundscape. As the name indicates, the large rocks that litter the ground here can ring like bells when struck with a heavy object such as a hammer. That said, not all of these rocks are audible, as some produce a pitch that's lower than what the human ear can detect. Geologists have long studied Pennsylvania's famous remarkable ringing rocks and have proposed that the rocks are under an unusual amount of tensile stress, which produces a sonic effect. However, there are still dozens of questions regarding these rocks that remain unanswered. For instance, does the size of the boulder correlate with the pitch it produces? We don't know that yet. Number 3. The Boiling River. Scientists suggest that it's nearly impossible for a water body to reach such intensely high temperatures, yet hidden deep in the Peruvian Amazon, researchers have uncovered evidence to the contrary. With maximum temperatures of over 200 degrees Fahrenheit, the Boiling River is not quite at boiling point, but it's hot enough to poach your breakfast egg and kill anything that falls into it. Located in Peru's dense jungle, this tributary of the Amazon River ranks amongst the largest and most shocking geothermal features on the planet. It's not located near any active volcanoes or geothermal vents, which can be the only reasonable explanation behind a river reaching such temperatures. Scientists have long been baffled by the existence of the boiling river, but they do like to believe that there may be a fault beneath the Earth that's causing this phenomenon, or the river itself could be closer to the Earth's mantle. Despite these theories involving the geothermal gradient of the Earth, geologists are yet to prove the logic behind the boiling river using concrete evidence. Number 2. Titan Arum. Titan arum, also known as the quartz flower, stinks of death and rotting flesh when it blooms approximately once a decade. Native to Indonesia's island of Sumatra, it's considered the world's smelliest plant and the largest unbranched inflorescence, since it can reach a maximum height of 10 feet and produce massive leaves that are typically 13 feet wide. Besides its foul smell, the quartz flower has a dark burgundy interior that resembles flesh, which is why it attracts carnivorous insects like dung beetles and flesh flies that carry out pollination. Number 1. Lost City of the Giants. If someone told you that giants once inhabited Earth, would you believe them? Back in 2012, a group of explorers made one of the most crucial discoveries of the 21st century. They came across a hidden city deep in the jungles of Ecuador, which is a South American country renowned for the Amazon forest and the wildlife-rich Galapagos Islands. The Lost City of Giants made headlines all over the world when several oversized tools and gigantic structures were found within the vicinity. The largest of the remains was a 260-foot tall by a 260-foot wide pyramid, and according to Ecuador natives, it could be evidence of a population of giants who once lived in the region. And that's a wrap for the creepiest jungle discoveries ever made. If you enjoyed this video, do be sure to give it a thumbs up, and do remember to subscribe to our channel with the notifications turned on so you don't miss out on any of our latest videos going forward. See you guys next time!